that the first love is one that is really hard to forget. They live in your heart forever. And so it makes a lot of sense to me that Mike and Pam keep wanting to go back for more because those feelings are still lingering.
Sometimes that first love can be so intense and it can result in such a fantasy of it lasting forever that people can continue to sort of harbor that fantasy long after the rational realism of their lives has shown that it's not going to ever be true.
Most of us have been where Pam and Mike are. That moment where you know someone isn't right for you and you just keep going back. And so that's literally one of those scenarios where you have to cold turkey that relationship. This is somebody that you can't have contact with. You can't see them. You probably can't even be on social media with them because they pull you in almost like an addiction. And so the only way to manage it is to get away.
And I think when that situation exists, it's a situation that requires a lot of maturity because it requires the people to look at each other and say, as attracted as I am to you, as exhilarated as I might be to be with you, we're not good for each other. And they've got to use their heads more than their hearts in that situation.
Part of what was hard for Pam and Mike is they had a child together, and so they weren't able to stay away. And so that's where they really need to lean on their support system and say, okay, friends, family, you are going to help me not get back together with this person because it's dangerous and not healthy.
In the unfortunate situation where two people as young as Mike and Pam end up becoming the parents of a child, I think it's probably best for the child if they can find the courage within themselves to let a more mature couple raise the child. If they don't want to do that, I admire their desire to sort of rise to the occasion and become parents earlier than they were really ready to, but I think it's going to be really hard. So to make it easier, I think that they need to focus on the child, to realize, which takes a lot of maturity, that life is no longer about them and what they want and what they're missing out on. It's about what they have to offer this child.
Even though the odds are not in favor of teen parents, many of them are successful. Some ways to make sure that you have increased success are to build a good support system. If your family isn't supportive, then get a close circle of friends. Educate yourself. Learn all you can about parenting. And lastly, put a focus on your relationship with your partner. Try and be on the same page, and if you're not, get counseling so that you can be.